Hello. Today has been a lot of game updates. Like one of the ones that I was keeping an eye out for is a really chill and cozy game. I believe it's just called sledding game, but you basically just have one chunky frog on, I want to say it's almost like a buckle, like a buckler shield, and yeah, you just slide down on icy mountains. You can play around with friends. There's the, what's that feature called? Proximity chat. And yeah, it's just a very chill and cozy game, and I've been looking forward to that a lot actually. And turns out the demo is coming out. Actually, I don't know what time zone it is, but it does come out on 26th of September, which is tomorrow for me. So that's exciting. And then besides that, we also have a lot of Monster Hunter updates, which, honestly speaking, I really haven't touched in such a long time. I only launched it up once after the 9.5 monsters came out. And yeah, I just haven't properly gotten back into it yet. I'm still hoping for some kind of optimization patch. So we will have to see what the changelog says on the 29th, which is, was it Monday? 29. Yeah, that's on Monday. So I will have to look forward to that. And yeah, there's a lot. There's the Final Fantasy 14 collaboration, which seems really cool actually. I don't actually know anything about FF14. Yeah, I don't. Have I? No, I've never played it. Maybe just for like 30 minutes. And then the next time I tried to launch it, I found out that I needed a subscription, and so I just haven't launched it since. So yeah, there's that. But I am familiar with a little bit of Final Fantasy, just particularly 7. I did play some 13, and I played a little bit of 10 also, but I haven't gotten very far in 10. So maybe that's something I should go back to someday. 13 also, that's something that I should go back to. 7 remake, I also haven't finished. So many games. But yeah, there's the FF14 collaboration, which will bring one of the I would assume like a boss over, and it seems very Final Fantasy-ish. I'm not sure how it's gonna be taken because it seems so far out of Monster Hunter combat at that point. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I do want to see that monster. I also haven't actually fought Lagiacrus yet. So that's that. Mizu I fought. Was there one more monster besides Lagiacrus? No, it's just all the 9-5 monsters, and then I believe those monsters drop talismans now, RNG talismans, which is something I didn't like, but I guess now we have both RNG decoration and talismans, so that's that. But yeah, WoWs is still something that I have to get back to. I want to, and I was planning to only get back until after they were done with the base game. So whenever they were announcing that they're working on whatever the DLC expansion is called. But I may get back into WoWs a little bit sooner than I thought, because why not, you know? There are still a number of things I haven't done. I'm just a little bit tired of the grind myself, so that's why I've taken some break from it. But I am still very excited for the game. And then besides that, we also have Monster Hunter Stories 3, and we got an official release date. So that is exciting, and I do want to play that also. A part of me is kind of considering going back to Stories 2 as well. I believe there are like post-story gameplay that I haven't thoroughly explored yet either. So, you know, there's a lot of things that I could play, but then right now there's also Palia that I should be playing. So again, there's a lot of game updates and nowhere nearly enough time and energy to to play all of them, because the next few weeks probably is gonna be focused on making the videos for YouTube, cutting down my epic reactions. I currently have the Troy Saga finished, so those are all scheduled up now. But yeah, there are still 8 whole sagas. Troy Saga had Horse and the Infant, Just a Man. What was the third song? Full Speed Ahead, Open Arms, Warrior of the Mind. So that's 5 out of 40. And as we have experienced firsthand on Tuesday, some of those songs are gonna be really fucking long. So that's gonna be a lot of work to do. But anyway, for the time being, at least on stream, I'm gonna focus on Epic for now. I'm planning to finish it and then, you know, just get all of the rambling and fanboying out of my system. So yeah, that is exactly what we are going to continue to do today. So let's swap over there. Yeah, I haven't started the video yet. Let me see. So last time we finished up the Underworld Saga. So now, where's the... Yeah, there we go. So now we can officially go into the Thunder Saga. It is one of the better sagas in my opinion, and there are some songs that I really like, which you guys will probably see when I get to that. So for now, the whole stream might be dedicated to Thunder Saga, really, but we'll see. For now, we can head on into the very first song that we have. Hold on, let me... Okay, good, that's working. But alright, we are done with the intro. Let's head on into the first song of the Thunder Saga, Suffering. Yes, the end of Act 1. I keep forgetting the volume. Hold on. Ah, okay. So they're portraying the sirens as as a shapeshifter kind of creature. Interesting. More than you know, and jump in the water and kiss me. Penelope, I've told you this before. You know I'm afraid of the water. Which is total bullshit. You're my daughter. Oh god, is that a young siren? The suffering from you. He is quite bold to, get that close to the water.
Fine, but only if you answer a question or two. Of course. Okay, so let's say I was on the run or hiding.
Oh, there you go. That's the like a great drawing again.
Home with giant waves and giant storms. Oh, no. How am I to evade him? How am I to get home? Which route should I take? Where am I supposed to go?
I actually didn't see who the animator was, but is this Chi-Chi? It seems so comical now, for some reason. Let's do the lair of Scylla. So we will home the lair of Scylla.
Scylla has a cost.
Well, you asked and now you know.
Ah.
Now jump in the water.
Penelope, why? You know I'm too shy and terrified.
It's honestly kind of funny how they put this in like a more light-hearted way. But I guess that makes sense for what we know of how siren songs are supposed to be. I do for you. Oh, look at the name! And you see him picking up his bow. Ah! Okay, that was wonderful. So yeah, the first thing I noted is how they seem to interpret that the sirens are some sort of a shapeshifter. which is kind of interesting. I've never known of any depiction of sirens as a shapeshifter. They have all commonly used their singing voices to lure people towards them so that, you know, the sirens can eat them. But this is probably the first time I've seen them being portrayed as a shapeshifter, which really only makes them more dangerous. But yeah, or potentially this could, like this whole shape shifting kind of this whole shape shifting business, it could be just something that's sort of in the mind of, you know, whoever is affected by the song, because the songs are so alluring. Maybe it kind of gives them hallucinations, and in that hallucination, the sirens quote unquote shapeshift, which is possible. But then Odysseus is looking straight at them right now, and they still look like Penelope. So I'm not sure how well that theory holds up. It seems more likely that is this Gigi? Ah yes, the animatic is by Gigi. It seems like just they just ran with this version of a siren where they are shapeshifters for some reason. I'm not sure why, but you know, the drawing school, and I can totally imagine Odysseus hallucinating Penelope. So that's cool. And then yeah, is that how I'm gonna assume that's how Penelope has always looked, at least in their animation. But yeah, there's a lot of clues. One being that the sirens are on the rocks. And in the middle of the fucking sea, there's no way Penelope is gonna be there. And I just noticed there's a question mark on her name also. So yeah, that's a lot of interesting visual information that, you know, people who are watching for the first time can hopefully clock into. But I mean that first kind of what do you call that, a scene where this, how do you describe this, like how do you describe this, like a faceless, detailless kind of figure just transforms into some into a human that we know. I think that should be more than enough clues for whoever is watching this for the first time to clock that these, at the very least, this is not Penelope.
Up in the water.
You know I'm afraid of the water.
Yeah, and then he looks in the water.
Safe and sound. Come play with me.
Do they keep, because at least as far as I know, sirens kind of have this mermaid-ish appearance. So the fact that her legs are completely covered here, does that mean that even though this shape-shifting siren you know, can essentially cosplay as Penelope, that only works on their top half and the, oh no, wait,
And our daughter.
maybe not. You know, if we have to imagine that this is also another siren, clearly they have human legs, so maybe not. I thought it would be you know, this thing where their transformation only works on the top half and the bottom half is still very fish-like. So I guess that goes out the window. How about here? Yeah, she just dives into the water. But look at this, it's so cute. The hearts remind me of Aeolus, but I guess that's just how hearts are generally drawn. Look at how cute that is. That derpy face. And yeah, she swims way too well. Not just for Penelope, it's just for a human person in general. She swims way too well and stays afloat too easily. So yeah, that's a lot of clues that this is not human at the very least.
Of course.
Okay, so let's say I was on the
And
road.
then this such a comical drawing for the characters, but then also this Greek style again, with all of these patterns on the tops and bottoms, and then the full black figure.
Or hiding from, I don't know, Poseidon. And let's say he blocked.
And again,
let's say I was on the run. Or hiding from, I don't know, Poseidon.
this whole octopus deal again. Where are people getting this from? Because I feel like I'm the only one out of the loop. And I have never. Yeah, it's not just me. Every depiction of Poseidon that I have come across, at least, which admittedly is not that many, but there hasn't been a single time, whether through visually or musically or through any form of text or even through any form of games, never once have I come across this association between Poseidon and some sort of big octopus creature. So I'm very curious where people are getting this from, because now we have gotten 3 separate animators who use this sort of association. Where is this coming from? If anybody knows, please, please let me know. I am very interested. Because, like, why? Where does this come from?
And let's say he blocked the way home with giant waves and giant storms.
That looks more like Zeus, but anyway, oh no. It's so cute. I like how cutesy the characters are being drawn this time.
How am I to evade him?
And then look at that, the puffy cheeks.
How am I to get home? Which route should I?
And also find a place.
And then over here also, the drawings this time are so cute. I am assuming that, well, under the assumption that the next song is also going to be animated by Gigi, I would. It's not just that I believe, I would even hope that all of this cutesy style goes away, because it is a serious song. So we'll see. But yeah, then there's also this part of saying that the lair of Scylla is where Poseidon is scared to go for some reason, even though the ocean is quite literally his domain. It's a minor thing, but oh well. But yeah.
This is
Dum.
your only way.
And then using a starfish to file her nails, and then yeah, you can also see here her nails are unnaturally long. So again, just more clues that this is not Penelope, obviously, because there's no reason for her to be here.
Cost.
Well, you
And then
ask,
this,
now
yeah, she's showing her true colors. Oh wait,
But Scylla has a cost.
well, you asked,
Huh?
and now you know.
why brown? Because that is the color of the crew. So why brown? I mean, Odysseus is already blue. Poseidon is also blue. But I guess Aeolus is also technically kind of blue. So I guess fair enough. There are more than enough blue names. But it is quite interesting that they decided to gradually shift the color into what the crew's color is for a siren. I wonder why. And then Odysseus pretending to be shy, and blah blah blah. And then yes, the name. I accidentally caught a frame of the next song, but anyway. And yeah, the name, it changes from blue to red, and then we get to see him draw the bow, of course, because we know what's gonna happen in the next song. But before we get there, let's analyze the music. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Did it use the correct notes? Hold on. I don't think that's correct, but there is already one clue when they say Penelope's name. Penelope! They sang the wrong note. It's supposed to be... But they went... Penelope... 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 Eh? What is the note? I can't figure it out. Yeah, I believe it's an F sharp, which I don't think that exists in this scale. So yeah, from the very beginning, they already intentionally, Jorge did, intentionally sort of change up the motif to give a small clue that this is not Penelope. It still sounds beautiful, of course. But yeah, this is not Penelope because it's supposed to be Penelope, but they went Penelope, which is not correct. And then also the usage of the whatever instrument is in the background also. That is a synthetic instrument. It is not the viola. And I believe the viola doesn't even appear in this entire song. So that's another clue. And then you can also hear all of the choir in the back as well. Number one, Penelope is human, which means in the context of the musical, she can only have a diegetic choir. But right now, well, technically, you can argue that it is a diegetic choir, but there are no ladies around to sing the choir that is backing her up right now. So again, that is weird. And the voice is also strangely altered if you guys can hear that. The choir is okay, but the ah at the back is very non-human.
Don't you miss me?
More than you know.
And just
And again, piano.
Penelope, I've told you this before. You know I'm afraid of
Of
the water.
I'll make sure that you are safe and sound.
Yep, piano and the acoustic guitar.
With me and our daughter, and let's watch our love leave the ground.
Shaker, snaps, kicks.
But I'd be suffering trying to float the whole time.
The suffering from you.
As good as it sounds, right here I'm just fine.
The suffering from you.
Know that I prefer my feet on the ground.
And you can still hear the ah all the way in the back, which again is, it doesn't sound human.
Suffering from you.
You know that I prefer my feet on the ground.
I'll take the suffering from you.
Fine, but only if you answer a question or two.
Of course.
Okay, and this
so
part?
let's say I was on the run, or hiding, from, I don't know, Poseidon. And let's say he blocked the way home with giant waves and giant storms.
Have we heard this piano like melody before?
Of course.
Okay, so let's say I was on the run, or hiding. From, I don't know, Poseidon. And let's say he blocked the way home with giant waves and giant storms. How am I to evade
Maybe
him?
not.
How am I to get home? Which route should I take? Where am I supposed to go?
He will chase you high and low, so find a place he'd never go. The one way you'll get home is sailing where he's scared to roam. Oh, it's through the lair of Scylla.
Sorry I'm not talking so much. I'm really trying very hard to hear the strings in the back. Because again, I'm trying to see, or well, hear whether those strings are the real instruments or a synthetic instrument. Because that could also be another clue to, you know, the fact that this is not Penelope. And yeah, there isn't a whole lot to say about the... Well, I could talk about the lyrics also. I completely forgot about that. I was paying too much attention to the to the instruments at the back.
Don't you miss me?
Yep, it's just a siren trying to lure Odysseus into the sea and then jump into the water, like just pretty much right off the bat. Why would you do that in the middle of the ocean? And why would Penelope try to get Odysseus to jump into the ocean? Just why?
Water and kiss me.
Penelope, I've told you this before. You know I'm a
You know I'm afraid of the water. Really? Again, when we were watching through this for the very first time, I called him out on this bullshit. Not just because I've heard the song and you know the whole musical multiple times, so I know what comes after this. But you know why would you be afraid of the water? Because you had to travel by sea all the way to Troy, and then you know you are the captain of a fleet of ships. You are living on an island surrounded by water, so like if you really were afraid of the water, you wouldn't be here. And if you are afraid of the water and you're still here after 10 fucking years and who knows how long of sailing at this point, after the Trojan War, by now your fear of the water would have been overcome through the overwhelming amount of exposure therapy.
Afraid of the water.
I'll make sure that you are
Safe and sound.
Come
There
play
with
with
me
me
and
and
our
our daughter.
daughter. And here we have the biggest clue that this is not Penelope. And most people should have already thought that something is weird here, because this entire time we have been building up Odysseus' relationship with Penelope, and along with the mention of Penelope is usually accompanied by the mention of Telemachus, which is their son, not their daughter. To be fair, for those of us like me who go into this without knowing that the whole family tree and all of that, you could argue that maybe there's a daughter that they just haven't mentioned, but how likely is that? Not even once throughout the entirety of Act 1? That's not likely. So, yeah, this is a huge clue. And I do wonder, because they know to take the shape of Penelope somehow. So, my question is that, is it, how do I put this? Are they able to more or less mind read with their songs? These sirens, are they more or less able to mind read when they sing to whoever passes by them, so that they could use their most vulnerable memory, or try to shift into their most loved ones to most effectively lure their targets into the water? Maybe. But because Odysseus has kind of blocked out their songs, which we'll find out why in the next song, because he has blocked his ears with something, I wonder if that is why the sirens now, even though they figured out that Penelope is his weak point, they are not able to figure out everything about him, because something is kind of blocking it from blocking their voices from exploring their memories thoroughly. That's kind of my theory on this. I'm not sure. I'm just kind of spitballing. If not, then at least that's the most logical explanation that I can come up with, because let's go under the assumption that they cannot read minds. Then how would they know to use the voice of Penelope and what she looks like? At least based on this visual. But even if we were to just listen to the music, if they cannot read minds or look into their target's past, then how would they know to use Penelope against Odysseus? There has to be some sort of mind reading going on. And with their singing voices being their main trait over here, or just in general with the character of sirens in general, how else am I supposed to imagine that they are able to grab memories and use the most effective voice on their targets? But again, just spitballing.
And let's watch our love leave the ground.
Oh, I would, but I suffering, trying to float the whole time.
I would take the suffering from you.
The guitar sounds real,
Sounds right here, I'm just
but you have the female choir in the back.
you know that I prefer my feet on the ground.
I'll take the suffering from
Fine, but only if you answer a question or two.
Of course.
Okay, so let's say I was on the run or hiding from, I don't know, Poseidon, and let's say he blocked the way home with giant
Okay, over
waves
here I
and
don't
giant
hear
storms.
strings.
How am I to evade him? How am I to get home? Which route should I take? Where am I supposed to go?
He will chase you high and low, so find a place he'd never go. The one way you'll get home is sailing where he's scared to roam. Oh, it's through the lair of Scylla.
Yeah, again, I do not hear really any strings. Is that just my ears playing a trick on me? But either way, like I mentioned just now, when we just started the music part of this like analysis thing, Penelope's instruments are nowhere to be found. Not the viola, not the string section that accompanies her viola. So again, just all of these audio details to tell you that something is weird.
This is your only way home, the lair of Scylla.
But Scylla has a cost.
Well, you asked and now you know. Now jump in the water.
Penelope, why?
And then we go back to this light-hearted thingy.
I would take the
Suffering
suffering
from you.
For you I would die, but can't you let me stay dry?
and take the
And the female choir is still there.
You should come onto the ship.
And the ee-ah.
I will take the suffering from you.
I do for you.
And then also generally the acoustic guitar is always there because, you know, I guess Odysseus always has a soft spot for Penelope. But I think it could have been really, really interesting. I might as well mention it now. I think it would have been really, really interesting if the acoustic guitar could have been replaced by at least a non-distorted electric guitar. Because he knows from the very beginning that this is not Penelope. And in a sense, he is trying to trick the sirens. So I think it would have been a lot more interesting if the guitars were the electric version instead of the acoustic, because acoustic guitars are associated with the more like the softer, more vulnerable version of Odysseus, which is very understandable why it is used in this song, not just for the whole genre, it's just for the whole mood in general. But again, because Odysseus is trying to trick Penelope, no, not Penelope, the siren Penelope, if you will. Yeah, I think it would have been cool if it was the electric guitar and then his cunning motif just sort of slipped in somewhere inside. I think that would have been really, really interesting. But overall, that is still not a complaint of the song. It is still pleasant to listen to. Not quite something that I will leave on repeat, all day, all week. But, it is still a good song and I like it. So with that said, we are done with suffering. We have seen Odysseus drawing a bow on the hull of his ship. And we are about to see what is going to happen to the sirens. Let's move on to the next song. Boop. You are no wife of mine. I know this art style. Look, see? No, Ximena.
I I know underwater there are packs of you hiding.
Da, da, da,
Yeah, I know
da.
exactly what you are. A siren.
Yeah, and that true form is revealed.
I'm not scared of
The water. And here you get all the clues. My wife knows I don't have a daughter.
But while
Oh.
you were so focused on turning my men into snacks,
Oh, he is scary.
you didn't notice that your friends got snatched.
What?
We are
A different beast now.
We are the ones who feast now. No more of us deceased, cause we won't take more suffering from you. We are the man-made monsters
Yeah, you see, the brown is for the crew.
who conquer. You are a threat no longer. We won't take more
Suffering from you.
We've been away from home for about 12 years or so.
I like that they have the angler, like, light thingy on their head.
Here with more foes. While on the run from Poseidon, we found a ship with no crew.
Haha.
Lies nearby,
There were sirens.
singing
Send us to their dooms.
We filled our ears with beeswax. That's how we resist your song. You pretended to be my wife, so I just played along.
Oh, he is angry.
Scanning for information. Sirens know about every route and horizon. Now I know how to
Get back to my island. A different beast now. Yep, and then like sort of hold them hostage and all. I almost pity them. And then this part. Spare us. Oh, the harmonies. Spare us, please.
So you can kill the next group of sailors in this part
Oh,
of the sea?
I love the harmonies in the spare us.
Made a mistake like this, it almost cost my
Is
life.
his
I
name
can't
gonna turn
take
red?
more risks of not seeing my wife. Cut off their tails. We're ending this now. Throw their bodies back in the water. Let them drown.
Yes! Aha, and now they're highlighting he. Oh! Oh, that's not cutting off the tails, that is literally chopping them in half. Holy shit. I like this. Oh, I thought his eyes would come up there. And then the siren screams. Wow, Odysseus. Yes, and now Odysseus' name is red. Ah, I enjoyed that a lot. Okay, there were a few things that I wanted to take a look at.
Wife of this whole time.
Yeah, we get to see the sirens getting shot, hiding,
Underwater
and
there are
then them
packs
getting
of you
snatched up.
hiding.
Yeah, I have noted. I kind of find it interesting that they have this angler, whatever that light thingy is on their head is called. I like it, and then they have their siren, their like fish person ears also.
My real wife
The
knows
sharp
I'm not
teeth.
scared of the water.
Ah, and then here,
Wife knows I don't have a dog.
this is quite the scene. Just wrapping a noose around her neck and then dragging her by it.
But while you were so focused on turning my
And this, you can see it's turning evil. I like it.
men into
What?
we are a different beast now.
Yep, and then holding them down.
More suffering.
Holding them down. Anyway.
First we slayed in
Let's slay in our own war. That's Troy.
a war, and now we're here.
And here with more foes. That is Poseidon. We have Polyphemus. This is, I assume, Aeolus. Who? Cersei. That is my only guess. So yeah, it seems like they have all of these like almost otherworldly kind of creatures, and just beings all after them. So yeah, they've had a rough time this entire time.
Here with more foes, while on the run from her by the daughters pretended to be my wife, so I
Did they show the other ship? Like what's going on in the other ship?
more foes, while on the run from Poseidon. We found a ship with no crew.
Nah, it was just empty. It would have been nice if there were like some sirens drawn here. That would have been cool, or just a pool of blood over here.
I realized nearby there were sirens singing sailor. How we resist your song. You pretend read your lips and phrases.
Yep, the lip reading.
Information, sirens know about.
And then notice how his eyes are so bright now. Exactly like how I pointed out Polyphemus's eyes being really bright.
Every route and horizon. Now
Suffering from you. And now all of them have the monster drawing.
why?
Spare us. Oh, spare us, please.
Why? So you can kill the next.
I love the harmony so much. I had to listen to it. And then yeah,
Let them drown.
let them drown. He's such a villain now. Yeah, and all of them begging for mercy. Yeah, and then Jesus Christ, cut off their tails, but like I thought they would cut them here, not chop them in half. Like that is brutal. And yeah, again, I really enjoy this black, just almost fully black kind of color scheme here, with just the white chalk-like outlines and only showing one eye, even though this one is completely open. It just makes him seem so evil, which is, I guess, the whole point. And then them throwing the bodies back. Oh, Odysseus. They don't show the last killing of that the last siren, which is totally fine. But yeah, we can move on to the music part. But we will wait for the ad break to finish first. I think I can probably play early, get the ad out of the way, and then yeah, we can move on from there. So for now, I will just run the ad early, and then we can just take a break, just a quick break. Use this time to stand up, drink some water, get some stretching, walk around, go to the toilet, and all of that stuff. And I will see you guys after the ads. The ads are running. I'm gonna be enjoying my Milo here also. But yeah, while the ads are running, I kind of want to figure out the piano just now. I don't think that's quite right. I do need to listen to it again to figure it out. I've been trying to learn things by ear if I can anyway. But that takes a while. I quite enjoy the possibility of just being able to play anything by ear. So that's a little bit more of what my focus on learning the piano is. And that will hopefully help a lot with improvisation or just freestyling when I'm coming up with a music sketch. So yeah, that's kind of my focus on the piano. I have learned. There's a video on YouTube already, which is from an anime Tsukiga Kire. Yeah, this one, which is up on YouTube, like I said. So if you guys wanna listen to that, that was my first song that I learned 100% by ear. And I am actually quite proud of how that turned out. And then besides that, I was learning the Maple Story intro theme. To what was it? There you go. So yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, as you can tell, I'm still learning. But anyway, the ads are done. So that means we can get to the music part of Different Beast. Let's go.
Let's
Yep.
cut the charade.
Immediately we hear the siren screaming.
You are no wife of mine.
And then yeah,
You've been trying to take my life this whole time.
the lyrics also just explicitly saying
I no wonder what.
at least telling us that Odysseus knows that was not Penelope.
Water, there are packs of you hiding. Yeah, I know exactly what
But
you
you
are.
are a siren, and that's the reveal. And I just noticed that like hissing. I can't do it.
Yeah, I know exactly what you are.
A siren. It's almost like it's almost snake like, to be honest. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Well, to be fair, if I were to try and like come up with a Foley for that, I suppose it would sound kind of similar. Some kind of hissing for sure. Yeah, maybe calling it snake like wasn't quite accurate. Hold on, let me hear that again.
Yeah, I know exactly what you are. A siren.
Maybe it is. Well, either way, even if I were to like try to come up with my own sound effect for that, it would be some kind of hissing, I suppose. I guess a lot of animals do hiss as like Oh, it sounds like a cat's hiss. Ah, that's what I was hearing. It was a cat's hiss. Yeah. So I guess that's quite a more or less an accurate sound, at least in my head. So anyway, let's move on.
My real wife knows I'm not scared of the water. And my real wife knows
And I guess
don't have
that's kind of like a brass sound because we are in the ocean also over here. So that fits.
and my
It almost sounds like synthetic. Is that just me?
knows I'm not scared of the water. And my
There's definitely some brass in there, but there's also something synthetic mixed inside. I don't know what it is, but I guess that is a hint that we are in the ocean for one, because the brass section is associated with water, but those synthetic kind of sounds mixed in would probably be for the sirens because they are not human.
real wife knows I don't have a daughter. But while you were so focused on turning my men into snacks, you didn't notice that your friends got snatched.
What?
We are a different beast now. We
Yeah,
are the
and there's a
ones who
brass.
face now. No more of us deceased, 'cause we won't take
Oh,
more
that's so low.
suffering from you. We are the man-made monsters. We are the ones who conquer. You are a threat no longer. We won't take more suffering from you. We've been
I hear choir in the back, a mix of male and female vocals. Again, because now I take that to be more of a diegetic choir, because now we have the female vocals from the sirens who are clearly present, and then also from the other guys in the crew who are also present. So it makes sense to use a mix of male and female vocals for the choir this time.
monsters. We are the ones who conquer. You are
And I just found it kind of interesting that we have not heard a single guitar yet in this entire time. I wonder why that is.
a threat no longer. We won't take more suffering from you. We've been away from home for about 12 years or so. First we slayed in our own war, and now we're here with more foes. While on the run from Poseidon,
And there's no danger motive at all.
found a ship with no crew. I realized nearby there were sirens singing sailors to
To
their
the tubes.
We build our ears with beeswax. That's how we
And the
resist
brass
your
slowly coming back in.
You pretended to be my wife, so I just played along. I read your lips and phrases, scanning for information. Sirens know about.
I think that was kind of careless of the sirens. Maybe it's because not too many ships kind of flow by, so they can just focus on one ship at a time. But it would have been smart to at least keep one of them on the lookout, you know, because they seem quite close. I mean, it was at least close enough for Odysseus to see them, so that means it should have been close enough for them to see him, and you know, a whole fucking ship. So yeah, I just thought that was kind of careless of the sirens.
Their dooms. We filled our ears with beeswax. That's how we resist your
And then the
song.
beeswax.
You pretended to be my wife,
So I just played along.
I read your lips and phrases.
Yeah, the lip reading may be a bit of a stretch for me, but that just depends on how far away they are. It definitely would have been very, very unnatural if Odysseus were to keep on holding up binoculars just to read the siren's lips, you know. And I think the siren would have caught on to that. But yeah, I guess it would be fair if they were kind of close to each other in proximity.
Scanning for information, sirens know about every
Every
route
route
and
and
horizon.
horizon,
Now I
I
know
know
how
how to
to get
get
back
back
to
to
my
my
island.
island.
We are a different beast now.
Yeah, now the brass is back again. For us this season, we won't take more suffering from you. And yes, the spare us, please.
So you can kill the next group.
I just need to keep listening to that. Ah, spare us, please.
Why? So you can kill the next.
Have I fallen for the siren song? At this rate, right, I would have been the first one to get tricked by the sirens and then get myself killed.
Group of sailors in this part of the sea? Nah, you wouldn't have spared me. I made a mistake like this. It
That almost sounds like a handpan in the back. What is that?
almost cost my life. I can't take more risks of not seeing my wife.
Cut off
their
the tails.
We're ending this now. Throw their bodies back in the water.
Let them drown. I'm a different beast now. That is definitely quite brutal. And you could argue that it is ruthless. But I guess he is in every right to, also kill them because they were definitely trying to kill him. So it's just sort of like a payback, you know? You can't try to kill someone without being ready to be at least harmed yourself, So maybe it's not so much ruthless as it is like almost like a right for the way that he is treating them right now. But again, the animatics, they get chopped in half. That is not cutting off their tails. That is straight up killing them. Uh, I think it would have been nice if over here, well, no, maybe in the song, they aren't getting chopped up yet, because we do get to hear the screams in a couple of bars from now. But yeah, I initially wanted to say that it would have been nice, quote unquote nice, uh, to have the siren screaming here also. But then I think I'm only saying that because of what the animator is drawing. And now the choir is more male dominant. And then you have the siren screaming. I would really like to know how Jorge made the siren voices, because I actually like it a lot, like genuinely. Putting aside the fact that they are sirens and maybe this is just me falling for the siren songs, I really do like how he made their voices sound, even though it's so synthetic. But I don't know, there's some quality to the way he did their voices that I really, really like, and I wish I could hear more of them. It's like very polyphonic. Yeah, it sounds very polyphonic, which is something that humans can do also. I know there are people who are really good at it. You have Lala Hathaway. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce her name, but you have her, who is a singer, and as far as I know, the one who kind of made polyphonic singing kind of popular. Even though there are different techniques, it's just that the way that she does it is pure voice. There are technically different ways of doing polyphonic singing. One of it is with a whistle, although you can argue that it's not necessarily singing, but you can make multiple notes at the same time. So, like, I can't whistle that well. I'm not sure if that came true, but yeah, you can make different two different notes. You can also use the lip oscillation also. I also cannot do that very well. Like that kind of counts. And then you have the way you have overtone singing, which I absolutely cannot do. But I'm pretty sure that is a more well-known technique by now. And then yeah, you have the way that Layla Hathaway does it. I can sometimes do it. But let me try. Yeah, I can do it. Yeah. Yeah. I think I used to be able to do that a lot better, but now it's kind of an on or off thing. But yeah, you can use just purely your voice to do polyphonic singing. Of course, I don't have that much control over it. But other people, like again, Layla Hathaway, or there is also a beatboxer who is very, very popular for his mastery over polyphonic singing. You guys can search up Stitch from Malaysia. He is truly incredible at polyphonic singing. I don't know how he does it or how much practice he has put into it to get to that kind of level, but yeah, the sirens here remind me of how the polyphonic singing sounds, which is really cool, and I like that. But I don't think that polyphonic singing, that version of it, is that popular. So I do doubt, or at least like it's not that high of a chance that he managed to find someone who's able to do polyphonic singing that well. So I am wondering how he managed to get it to sound so inhuman and in this specific way. I would really like to find out, but oh well. With that said, we can move on to the next song, which I am very excited for. Easily one of my top 3 songs. We already have No Longer You in possibly top 3. Silla easily top 3 for me, and yeah, I'm very, very excited. I am. Yeah, you guys will hear me follow along the song. It is so good. But yes, with that said, let's move on to Silla. Let's go. Da, 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 Lair of Silla. And Silla's name is Red. Gigi's the one doing the animation this time. And it's interesting that there are birds in here. You have a skull in the back. Not much to say. And all the blood on all the rocks. Got a secret I can no longer keep. Yeah, all of the bones. And the Eurylochus head starts. Fuck you, Eurylochus. Fuck you. Oh wow. Scylla's voice is so good. All the props to KJ. For sweeter. Aha. Because light up 6 torches and the name turns red. That is incredible. Yes, and now she sees the 6 torches.
Something approaches.
Dum, 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 dum. I like that Scylla's name is black here, even though in the title they put it as red. And we have a Hydra. Is it going to be terrifying? Run for your lives, sorrow and fears. Yes! That's the 3rd person, maybe 4th. Oh, let's do what it takes to survive. Give up your honor and faith. Live up your life as a ray. Die in the blood where you bathe. We must do what it takes to survive. Oh, her voice is fucking incredible. Voice is so good. I don't know if you can tell, but I am fanboying so hard over Scylla's voice. It's so good. I'm not sure I even fully paid attention to the animatics at that point. But yeah, immediately you can really kind of see blood all over the place. And then it's interesting how they have birds inside here. I'm assuming these are probably vultures, you know, considering that we have all of the bones and dead bodies around. Down. Yeah, and then more blood, more skulls. And I guess it's quite dark here, so maybe they don't see all of these clues.
Not much to say.
Yeah, they just focus on rowing through. Even underwater, there are bones.
I got a secret I can no longer.
Yeah, like, just look at them. But this guy can smell it. So maybe he should have at least outwardly asked, like, why does this place smell like this? I opened the wind bag while you were asleep. Fuck you, Eurylochus. Fuck you. You are the reason we are here. And Scylla's design here is very unsettling, which makes sense completely. She's not supposed to, at least I imagine that she's not supposed to look pleasant. So going with a very unsettling, like almost haunting kind of design works really well. And then we get to see her just swimming past at the bottom here. Although, why 5 hits? Why there's supposed to be 6? Why only 5? And then lighting up the 6 torches. and his name turning red there. And the hands, that is a really nice touch. And from underwater, she can see the lit up torches. This whole blurry kind of look. Hello, and the raw. That is incredible. And yeah, just this whole depiction of the sacrifices. Rah! All of the blood is everything I wanted. This is everything I wanted for the animation. Rah! Just watch them getting yoinked and just bleeding out and all the blood just splattering everywhere. This is all that I wanted for this song. Like, look at that. Look at the head in the back there. Look at this! Holy shit! That has to be so PTSD inducing. And then another one gone. And the severed hand just falling onto the deck with the torch still intact. And another one. Is that him over here? And he just get chomped on. It's so good. And all of the blood on the deck of the ship. Yeah, and clearly Eurylochus has PTSD now. But Odysseus isn't looking back at the crew. It's an interesting color choice here also. Using more purple, pink, purple, and yellow. I guess could that possibly just be to show that this is kind of the evening, maybe. Although I guess there's no like confirmation of what time it actually is. It's just gonna be dark in the cave regardless, But yeah, that is the animatics for Scylla. It is so good. It is everything I wanted. It is all of the blood and gore I wanted for Scylla. Can you tell how much I love this song? I think I'm not going to say that Scylla is like my top character despite how I am behaving right now. It's just the voice. It is so good. It's so good. Okay, I need to calm myself down. Right now that we have talked about the animation, let's dive into the music itself, because there are a couple of details I noticed. Before I even go into the music part, there is something I want to mention. At least a theory that I have that I haven't seen anyone else mention before, not even in the comments or anything. But for this song of Scylla, what I think, right, is that this whole song is sung from the perspective of Scylla after their encounter, if that makes sense. So like imagine we are like a little bit after this, the ship has sailed out, and then we go back to Scylla retelling the encounter. Like that's kind of what I mean, because then a lot of the audio choices and lyric choices make sense to me. How she is able to sing about Eurylochus hiding a reason for shame. We are the same, you and I, between Scylla and Odysseus, and there is also a part where the crew sings with Scylla, which would normally be very unnatural, but thanks to the theory that I came up with, what I think the reason for that is because Scylla has eaten a few of the men. So the crew that is singing with Scylla, harmonizing and backing up Scylla's voice, that would be the crew that she ate. And that makes a lot of sense to me. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody else, but like that's just how I think, This whole song is Scylla recounting the encounter between her and Odysseus and the crew, and so she's like sort of looking back at the whole thing, which again it explains pretty much all of the lyrics and sound choices to me. So that's it. We shall go ahead and go into the lyrics, the music, and all of that, and just enjoy the voice again. It is fucking beautiful. I think Scylla might be my absolute favorite voice in the entire thing, even more so than Penelope. Yeah, I think Scylla's voice has to be my absolute favorite in the entire cast. It's so good. Anyway.
Lair of Scylla.
And this is another one of those songs with a slightly more odd timing. We are in 6/8, as you can hear from the that almost synth-like sound. 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6, which is a very interesting choice because the number 6 comes up a lot in this song. Number 1 with the time signature. Number 2, Scylla has 6 hits. Number 3, Odysseus tells the crew to light up 6 torches, which we now know is because he decided to sacrifice 6 men. So yeah, I just thought it was really nice to even incorporate the time signature into the significance of the number 6 in this song. 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6. Deep down, and there, deep down, I find that to be like a very subtle callback, all the way back to Just a Man, when Odysseus sings, "Deep down, I would trade the world to see my son and wife."
You're quiet today.
Deep down.
Not much to say.
Yeah, you can hear like Scylla being able to harmonize with herself because she has multiple hits. Deep down.
Not much to say.
And then here you see the crew is singing Deep Down with Scylla. And again, the reason I think that is because it is the 6 people that she ate. And now, in a sense, like at least in the musical sense, she uses their voices to harmonize with herself. Even though, like we heard just then, she can harmonize with herself.
Not much to say.
And again, you had a reason for shame, and we see Eurylochus talking. I do not think that Scylla has like mind reading capabilities. So again, this is why I am thinking that this song is from the perspective of Scylla recounting their encounters.
I got a secret I can no longer keep.
Deep down, the same while you were asleep. And this is the first time we find out how the opening of the windbag even occurred in the first place. All the way back in the Ocean Saga in Keep Your Friends Close, where you find out the culprit. Why, Eurylochus? Why would you do that?
I opened the windbag while you were asleep.
Ah, and that's something I wanted to talk about. Listen to the guitar here. We are playing this on the guitar. Can I find out the notes? Dun, 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 dun. You can hear the guitar playing this 6/8 rhythm. It may not be the exact notes, but what did I point out in the beginning when I mentioned that this song is in 6/8? All the way in the beginning.
The lair of
It is playing the same rhythm as what I would assume is at least like the how do I put this? Because the crew is entering Scylla's cave or lair, right? And this is the music that is playing, sort of like this ominous tune as they go in. But once Eurylochus admits that he is the one who opens the windbag, suddenly this ominous tune gets played by Odysseus's instrument. And I find that to be like Odysseus is now the reason for that ominous tone, if that makes any sense. I don't know if Jorge has put out a video about this, but I did see Danny North pointing this one out, and I just really like that detail, because again, this is one of my absolute favorite songs in all of Epic.
while you were
Asleep. Dun, 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 dun. And it is interesting because the ones played by the synth, right, it is going down. Dun 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 dun. But for when it changes into the acoustic guitars, it becomes dun 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 dun. It goes up. I wonder why that is. Da, 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 da.
I'm so sorry.
There is no price we won't
Forgive me.
And yeah, we both know what it takes to survive. Scylla is the one singing that. And what does Odysseus do to survive? Sacrifice his 6 men. And then also the previous lyrics, breaking the bonds that you've made, because he is effectively betraying the crew. There is no price we won't pay. We both know what it takes to survive. So again, this just all ties into why I think that this is Scylla's recounting of this encounter. Full speed ahead. Yeah, you have to call back to full speed ahead, of course. We care for ourselves. Light up 6 torches. And Odysseus' name turns red because he is turning into a monster. Lonely demons from hell. I never thought about this, but now that I'm pointing out so much that this is from the perspective of Scylla, and she sings "We are lonely demons from hell." I wonder if she is also saying that about Odysseus.
Captain, something approaches.
Hello. Dum dum dum. Oh yes, and this is something pointed out by Jorge himself. This very fast string instrument. Apparently, it is called a fiddle. I don't know what is a fiddle. Fiddle instrument. This is a violin. This is a fiddle. It looks the same to me. It looks the same to me. So yeah, well, at least according to Jorge, the fiddle is Scylla's instrument, and it's playing this really quick, like, what? I don't know what this is called, like just going up and down, up and down. But yeah, this is Scylla's instrument, which is quite the interesting choice. Because, I don't know, even before seeing that photo just now, the fiddle has always sounded like such a small instrument to me. So it's interesting that he decided to use that on one of the bigger monsters in this whole musical. Bum 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 bum. Oh yeah, it just all adds to this tension that they have right now. And the riser at the bottom also, at the back of the mix, just to really ramp up that tension here. It's almost like one of those sirens. But what I mean to say is like one of those alarm, for lack of a better word. Like, you know, if there is some kind of danger to the country, all of us would have some kind of siren, you know, be it I believe the other countries all have this alarm for tornadoes and earthquakes and tsunamis and all of that. So yeah, the sound that is used here just kind of reminds me of all those, which again, it just all builds up to that danger over here. And it snaps. I'm just gonna enjoy her voice. And your tears bleed till you've run out of years. We must do what it takes to survive. Do what it takes to survive. Oh, I love it so much. And yes, like I was quote unquote pointing out, you can hear the crew members dying in the mix also. Yeah, right there. Raw! Do what it takes to survive. Ah! You can hear all of that in the back. And yeah, I just really love the lyrics over here as well. drown in your sorrows and fears, because you are surrounded by water also. Choke on your blood and your tears. Oh, the lyrics are so brutal. But something that I do want to point out about the dying screams in the back, right? I think it would have been better if at least one of those screams were screaming out "Captain," because we have already made that such a noticeable part of the crew dying this whole time, right? You have the way that they scream "Captain" back in Polyphemus's cave. You have the whole fleet screaming "Captain" in Ruthlessness while Poseidon is drowning all of them. And then you also have the underworld part where, you brought that back up, screaming at Odysseus, "Captain, Captain, Captain." So, yeah, it would have been really, really nice to keep that going over here as well. At least that's just what I think. But back to the lyrics. It is so bloody. It is so brutal. And your tears till you run out of years. For some reason, I really like that. Like, bleed till you run out of years. Because when you're bleeding, you're effectively kind of losing years of your life. Even though that's not strictly true. But I like that. How do I put this? That sort of association where bleeding is associated with your life and the number of years you have left. And again, we must do what it takes to survive. And her voice here. I know you guys can't see me, but it's so cool. If only you guys, like, if only I have my camera turned on, right, you would think I'm going fucking crazy. Like I should be put into the psych ward. But I love the way that Jorge has done her voice in this one. Because what he did is, normally when you record harmonies, you would take multiple takes on different tracks. But what he did this time was literally just duplicate the singular vocal take and then use a repitch software, something like Melodyne, and then pitch them to the harmony notes. And because of that, the voice sounds slightly robotic and synthetic, and when put all together like that, it makes Scylla sound very inhuman and very haunting, very almost dissonant in a sense, which just works out so well in this case. Where you gave me that's what it takes to survive. I've been trying to figure out the notes for the harmonies, but I cannot. I'm just too distracted. It's so good. We are the same, you and I. And both of their names turn red. Dun, 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 dun. So that was it for Scylla. I almost want to go back to listen to it again, but we are running on sort of a timer here because I only have about an hour left. It is 2:50 now. No, not 2:50, 8:50. I saw 20 and then I just said 2. But yes, with this amount of time, we can actually go through the first watch through first before the ads. So, with that said, let's move on to Mutiny. We are gonna have a fight. Let's go. Yes. Who is this run by? Yeah, and Odysseus not even looking back. Crash site. Say that you don't know how that would end. Look me in the eyes and tell me, Captain,
that you did not just sacrifice 6 men.
I love the emotions here.
Say I'm crazy and mad. That this is all some trick the gods have sent. Tell me you did not miss home so painfully bad that you gave up the lives of 6 of our friends.
When we fought the Cyclops,
you were quick to hatch a plan. And when we fought with Circe, it was you who left behind no man. But when we saw this monster, we didn't take a stand. We just ran. Say something! I can't!
yes, and his name is still red.
Then you have forced my hand.
So good.
No can do. You miss your wife so bad you
That's a danger motif.
don't make me fight you, brother.
You know, you have done the same. I do have something I want to talk about here.
carry all the blame.
About the lyric choice there. It's nice to show that Odysseus does suffer some injury. In my way.
My brothers, why?
There's no way he should have survived this. Paramedes! We have a new character. Luck's run out. Yes. The callback to Luck runs out. He died on it. Whoa. I'm gonna pause for a bit. I may be the only one who never noticed that thudding sound was the crew knocking Odysseus out, because I've always been so confused how they suddenly ended up on the island here. But now I finally have my answer.
Where are we?
Oh, the choir is so pretty.
Some island.
The first one we found.
It's bursting with cows, just roaming around, begging us
To eat so much meat, and hunger is so heavy. And the statue.
statue
They tied him to the statue?
out of the sun. Don't
Oh, he looks good.
but here's where we found all these cows.
Still hunt. So in front, and hunger is so heavy. Please don't tell me you're about to do what I think you do. I love the callbacks in this song.
Never gonna get to make it home. You know it's true. You don't know that's
Was Irillicus smiling?
The sun god.
The bitch!
my friend.
But if you kill his cattle, who knows what he'll send? This is the home of the sun god.
Tired, my friend.
But we're so close to home, this can't be where it ends.
How sometimes I suffer now. Oh, I love Odysseus' voice here.
Much longer must I go about my life like this when people die like this? Whoa, how much longer must we suffer now?
Sinner,
We push through
we change her. Oh, Irillicus. I'm just a man. Oh. Oh, I almost wish there was a bit more frames at the killing of the cow there. And now Helios is angry.
get away from this island now. Grab it
And now
all
suddenly
with
they're all
the
listening
strength
to
your
him
arms
again.
allow. These cows were immortal. They were the sun god's friends. And now that we've pissed them off, who do you think you'll send?
Full speed ahead! Full speed ahead! Faster! Faster! Boom! Yes!
We're too late.
Yee-hee-hee. Okay, the sounds are done. Yeah, that was so good. Initially I didn't really pay that much attention to Mutiny, but oof, the more I listen to it, the more I enjoy it and appreciate everything that it is. For now, I think it should be about time for the ads again. So, with that said, I think what I'm gonna do is yeah, the ads are gonna start. You guys can see my cursor, even though I'm not on that window. Anyway, before the ads interrupt us, I am going to run it. And then yeah, use that chance to go and brush my teeth as usual. So I will go ahead and run the ads early, and I will see you guys after the ads. As usual, go and grab a drink, do some stretching, walk around a bit, and I will be back very soon. Whoop. Whoop! I'm alive. I just realized that I never turned on the streamer mode over on Discord. So I quickly went ahead and did that. Ah! Okay. The ads are well over, which is very nice. Seems like I generally take like 7 minutes or so. Anyway, back to the video. I'm not sure there's a whole lot to talk about with the animation this time because it was very, very simplistic, which is not a bad thing. It's just that it doesn't give me all that much to really talk about over here.
Say you did tell me, Captain. Look me in the eyes.
But I do like the smoothness in the movement in this time, in the animation this time, and like the general facial expressions. Especially this one. I really, really like this one. It's just this look of it's like Eurylochus is on the very verge of losing his mind. And I don't know how, but they just captured the that facial expression so well. Who was the animator again? I remember it started with a C. Crashite, I think. The top part here is getting covered. I wish I could get rid of that, but I think that should be Crashite. Yeah, the facial expression in this animation this time is incredible. It's probably one of the better ones in my opinion. Like, look at all of them. You can almost kind of immediately tell what they're all thinking.
Of 6 of our friends. When we fought the Cyclops, you were quick
Yep,
to
this
hatch a
one.
plan, and when we
Immediately coming up with a plan for Polyphemus, and then with looking back on Cersei with the pigs.
fought with Cersei, it was you who left behind.
Yep, I'll be. That is essentially what Odysseus said. You know, it'll be fine. We will find a way. That kind of thing.
I know, man, but when we saw this,
I did not notice this on the first watch through, but that on one hand it's absolutely terrifying. Well, no, it's scarier in a different way compared to how the previous animation drew Scylla. But the thing that stands out most to me is how much this looks like how do you pronounce the name? Undine? Undine? From Undertale. Is that just me? It looks a lot like her. Which again is not a criticism. It is a fantastic depiction of Scylla also.
say something.
And the voice, say something!
I can't.
Just the raspiness in both of their voices. It's so good.
Forced my hand. You miss your wife so bad you drain the lives of your.
And Odysseus being reflected in his sword here. That is a very nice touch. And look at him being so conflicted almost. It's like, because technically you can definitely say that Odysseus did effectively the right thing in that situation. You could argue that, you know, they could have at least tried to fight and all of that, but it is a big monster and they have nowhere to run, and if they did choose to fight, Scylla seems sentient enough that, you know, she would figure out that she could get much more food if they just destroyed their ship. And if their ship got destroyed inside her lair, then they are all 100% fucked. So yeah, it is an argument that is quite easily won if you just take Odysseus' side. Sacrificing the needs of the few for the needs of the many, kind of thing. But it is definitely very understandable what the crew and Eurylochus is feeling. And yeah, the thing with Odysseus, I believe he thinks that he did the right thing, and I do agree. But then now it's also this thing like, but why are you turning against me? I did the right thing, And I love uh how that expression is captured over here. It's so good.
If you want all the power,
You must carry all the blame. Yep, and again, I really like that they made it so that Odysseus does suffer some injuries in this clash between him and Eurylochus, because even though he is the captain, he is the king, he is the one who came up with the whole Trojan horse plan and took down the kingdom of Troy, he is still human. He will have his openings and such. And his crew did fight along with him, so they are not like pushovers also, So yeah, I really like this detail. And then
my brothers.
yeah, this wound, he shouldn't Odysseus should not have survived this. But anyway, they knocked him out, and then we appear on the Sun God's Island. And again, everything is very simplistic. You only really get the characters and the most important details, which over here is just Eurylochus, Odysseus, and also the statue of Helios. He looks so good though. Why? I've always really liked this kind of hairstyle. It's so nice. And yeah, all of the cows, which I'm not seeing. Oh, this can't be where it ends. But yeah, I remember finding the look of the cows kind of strange. Where are they? Ah, there you go. The cows almost look strange, but that could also be deliberate because these are not normal cows. Hold on, am I being stupid? Do cows have the horns on their head? They don't. I'm not stupid, right? Yeah, they don't have horns. Oh no, maybe some of them do. Yeah, I guess some do, some don't. So maybe it's not really an inaccurate drawing of them. Yeah, because the cow I was picturing in my head, it doesn't have the horns, but I guess some of them do, so that's fine. But back to my point, these are special cows. Like the Odysseus has said, these are supposed to be immortal cows, and they are the sun god's friends, so they are not normal. And yeah, I guess it is expected to kind of see them in a slightly different anatomy, so that was cool. But yeah, overall, there's not all that much for me to talk about regarding the animation itself. But this part,
It really gets no!
yeah, it just seems like a very awkward and sudden cut between the slash
It really gets no!
slash and just suddenly the cow is already on the floor and already bleeding out. I would have liked to see a couple more frames in between, at least showing that the cow is falling down, or at least showing the actual slashing and just stuff like that. So yeah, just generally a few more frames in the middle to kind of show some more movement would have been nice. But yeah, I like that. Then the color all changes also. There slowly changes. And then you also see Helios kind of waking up in a sense.
You've doomed us.
So yeah, that was great. And yeah, running back to the ship full speed ahead. And the thunder. Brah. We know who's coming next. But before that, there are a number of music details that I do want to mention. So we shall watch this one more time. Is that supposed to be Luck Runs Out? Is that Luck Runs Out? It is! I think that might have been the first time I actually heard that. Yeah, that. So even just musically, you can already tell this is a Eurylochus focus song, because Luck Runs Out is a Eurylochus focus song. Tell me you did not know that would happen.
Say you didn't know how that would end. Look me in the eyes
And it's interesting that there is female choir back here. I guess that kind of discredits, everything I said during the sirens part. that it was diegetic choir because, the other sirens are there. Here, I don't think they would be around. So, curious why there is. I would consider this non-diegetic. Basically, that just means that the choir is not supposed to be here. And I'm wondering why. There has to be a reason.
Tell me you did not know that would happen. Say you didn't know how
That would end. Look me in the eyes and tell me, Captain,
that you did not just sacrifice 6 men. Use your wits to try and say I'm crazy and mad. That this is all some trick the gods have sent.
I've always found Eurylochus' voice in especially Mutiny to be very, very interesting. There's something to the quality of his voice that almost sounds unnatural, naturally, if that makes any sense. There's a lot of, it could be, mainly it would be his voice, and that could also be, something about the microphone technique used here. But there's a lot of, I want to say, mids to lower mids that makes the voice sound almost unnatural in a sense. I don't know if you guys get what I'm talking about.
Sacrifice 6 men. Use your wits to try and say I'm crazy and mad.
Yeah, when it sings, mad, there's something there that I don't know what it is, but yeah, it has just always sounded very interesting to me how they got his voice to sound like that. Is it an intentional EQ, or is it just how his voice naturally sounds? There's a lot of, would it be called resonance? I'm not sure, but something is there.
Use your wits to try and say I'm crazy and mad. That this is awesome trick the gods have sent. Tell me you did not miss home so painfully bad that you gave up the
And the
lives of
piano is there
6
again.
friends.
When we fought the Cyclops,
you were quick to
to hatch a plan.
And when we fought
And again,
Cersei,
all of
it
these,
was you who left behind no man. But when we saw this monster, we didn't take a stand. We just ran. Say something!
I fully understand the Eurylochus hate. I like, don't get me wrong, I do still not like his actions and everything he did, because you know he is ultimately the reason that we and Odysseus and you know all of the characters even needed to be on this journey to begin with. But I do think that Eurylochus is overhated in Epic, because the first thing that people try to point out against him is the part with Cersei.
It was you who left.
Correct, it is Odysseus who left behind no man, and then a lot of people are also correct in saying that Eurylochus during that part of the story, he is the one who does say that they should leave all of the men who got turned into pigs, and people found him to be a very hypocritical, to kind of blame Odysseus right now, which I do understand where they are coming from, but I also do believe that more people needs to see that the situation between him and Cersei and Odysseus and Scylla right now are objectively very different. Because the thing with the crew and Cersei, right, it's more so the fault of the crew themselves. They were the ones who walked into a trap, admittedly unknowingly, and then they kind of found out too late that it is a trap, and then Eurylochus says to leave them there because they have already suffered losses. Like he said, he is absolutely in the right, to be honest. What happened to the crew on Cersei's Island is their fault. They were the ones who chose to go in. They were like getting turned into pigs was the result of their actions, and so Eurylochus says that, you know, let's just cut our losses. If we lose anymore, we are really, really, really fucked. Especially with Poseidon on their ass, you know. But here, with Odysseus and Scylla, he knowingly and willingly sacrifices his men. Like, there is a difference between, oh shit, they already are fucked, okay, let's leave our losses at that. And there's a difference between that and this one, where it is more like, hey, you die for me, you know? And like this, I guess in a sense I am defending Eurylochus. I'm not saying that I like him, but I do feel like people need to understand that. Like the situations are objectively different, and Eurylochus is not being a hypocrite here. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say here.
Behind no man. But when We saw this monster. We
Bum,
didn't take
bum,
a
bum,
stand.
bum,
We
bum,
just ran.
bum.
Say something.
I can't. Yeah, and just their overall voices, the intensity, the rasp. Like they can choose when to have that sort of raspiness in their voice to emphasize on some words and some emotions. I wish I knew how to do that.
Then you have
And then
forced my hand.
guitar. Boom, ba-bum, 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 ba-bum.
Lower your weapon.
No
And
can do.
and like I pointed out when we first got to this part, danger motif. Ba-ba,
No can do.
ba-ba.
Miss your wife so bad you drain the lives of your own crew.
And yeah, the electric guitar, because Odysseus is in fight mode now.
If you want all the power,
And again, with what Odysseus says here,
Don't make me fight you, brother. You know.
you know you would have done the same. I'm not sure he would. Because again, the situation is objectively different. I'm not so sure that I see Eurylochus as someone who would sacrifice people. So, as much as I like Odysseus, I cannot say that I am on his side for this one.
You'd have done the same.
if you want all the power,
You must carry all the blame. Keep that line in mind. Odysseus, Odysseus, Odysseus. There is no price he won't pay.
I am not letting you get it.
And again, over here, the crew does just sing that there is no price that he won't pay. And you can kind of see that it is true right now that Odysseus. You can argue that he is ready to kill Eurylochus because he is getting in his way of getting home. And that is a price that he is willing to pay.
My way.
And then yeah, now the whole crew is against Odysseus.
My brothers. Why?
You know why. Are we supposed to trust you now? Bringing back luck runs out. And yeah, it has always made so much sense to me, at least, you know, with the full context of, well, most of the context of the musical, that Eurylochus's instrument is the crew. And because he is the second in command, and in a sense, he is the voice of the crew. It's themselves. If that makes any sense, because it's like the crew reports to Eurylochus, and then Eurylochus reports the crew to Odysseus. So he is sort of the representative of the whole crew itself, and it makes total sense for his instrument to be the crew. And if you have noticed this entire time, the crew follows Eurylochus musically. Never quite so Odysseus. At least, you know, in the beginning they do kind of follow Odysseus in the singing. But at least the way that I see it, more of the times they are following Eurylochus rather than Odysseus. You relied on it, I'm gonna be died on it. Whoa. And that is a direct callback to the same line used in Luck Runs Out. You rely on it and people die on it. Whoa. And something interesting here. is singing the danger motif. The heavenly choir is singing the danger motif to tell you two things. Number one, of course, this place is dangerous. There is danger here. Number two, they are heavenly choir. This place is divine. So the gods are somehow involved in this place, you know, before they even mention the statue of Helios. And then notice what Eurylochus sings here.
Where are we?
Some island. Da 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 da. That is the like same cadence and more or less notes that Zeus sings all the way back in The Horse and the Infant. Over here. Vision. Da 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 da. So that is a very nice callback. Eat so much meat, and hunger is so heavy.
This statue, the god of the sun, don't know where it's
And now the strings are more or less joining in the choir in playing the danger motif, although slightly differently.
statue. The god of the sun, don't know where it's from, but here's where we found
All these cows to hunt, right in front, and right here. Please don't tell me you're about to do what I think you'll do. That is the exact same line that Eurylochus sings to Odysseus in Luck Runs Out. I believe it's Luck Runs Out. When Odysseus says something about throwing the harpoons into the sky. Let me see if I can find it.
Ready faced, you need it. Agreeing each route.
Oh, was it in Keep Your Friends Close? No, that can't be. Where is it? I need to find it. Shit. YouTube is lagging. No.
Faith friend.
know for sure.
How many we're I'm gonna climb to the top and
Your life
and watching islands. Have you
Seen
seen
before.
This is the home of the wind god.
and what's your plan?
I'm gonna climb to the top and ask him for a hand.
I know Eurylochus says that same line. Where is it?
That we could,
What will we do
When it tears us apart.
where is this coming? That I could figure this out.
Captain, how goes on it and people die on it? Whoa, how they see it and people die on it.
Our journey is almost done.
I cannot find it right now, but I will edit it in when I do this on the YouTube video. But I definitely know that that was a line that Eurylochus sings to Odysseus.
So heavy, hunger is so heavy.
So tell me you're about to do what I think you'll do.
Odie, we're never gonna get to make it home. You
And this is the first time that Eurylochus calls Odysseus Odie, because again, they are very close. They are brothers-in-law, and this is the first time that Odysseus has been kind of called by a more or less like a pet name, almost. So it just goes to show you how close they are.
know it's true.
You don't know that's true. This is
You don't know that's true. This is the home of the sun god. We saw just now when I was scrubbing through Luck Runs Out. Eurylochus says, you don't know that's true. And then Odysseus responds, this is the home of the wind god. So yeah, this whole thing is like a callback to Luck Runs Out.
Get home, you know it's true.
You don't know that's true. This is the home of the sun god.
I'm starving,
Loving my friend,
But if you kill
his cattle, who knows what he'll send.
This is the home of the sun god.
Yep, and he says it twice, just like in Luck Runs Out. This can't be where it ends. How much longer must I suffer now? Oh, it's so good.
How much longer must I go about my life like this?
When people die like this, whoa.
Much longer must we suffer?
And again, what I mentioned just now, the crew follows Eurylochus.
Much longer must we push through now? How much longer must we go?
And yeah, Odysseus's lyrics here are also interesting, because here in the beginning he says, please don't do this, I need to get home. But later, when he's really trying, like desperate to get them back on his side, when he says, we can get home. Odysseus. Yeah, you can see that he's, even in a situation like this, his most like absolute top priority is getting himself home. At this point, he's thinking more about himself than the crew. It's just that I am going to venture a guess that in his mind, him getting home is more important, and then if he can get at least some of the crew home, that would be a bonus. But you know, his main top priority is him getting home to Penelope and Telemachus. I'm just a man. I'm just a man. Proving that, or at least showing that Eurylochus is not above his survival needs, which is very understandable. And then listen to this part.
Eurylochus, no!
The heavenly choir is back and singing the danger motif, not quite as beautifully anymore. You know, just to musically tell you that they fucked up.
You've doomed us all!
Eurylochus!
Captain?
And then Eurylochus, like, in a sense, kind of being snapped back into reality with the slaying of the cow. He now kind of resets back into factory settings, right? And immediately looking back at Odysseus for instructions again, because he knows he fucked up and he doesn't know how to get out of this. And what does he do whenever, like in this entire journey, whenever he needed guidance or whenever he was unsure of what to do, who does he look towards? Odysseus, his captain. And same goes with the rest of the crew. All of them suddenly follow him again, despite having just carried out a mutiny against him. Because deep down, they all know that Odysseus is the only one who has any chance of getting him out of, you know, whatever they royally fucked up. So yeah, it's a hot mess.
With all the strength your arms allow! These cows were immortal. They were the sun god's friends. And now that we've pissed them off,
Who do you think you'll send? And now we're going back full speed ahead. Faster! Faster! And you hear the thunder,
we're too late.
and you know who's coming back. We know who's making a reappearance. So yeah, that is the end of Mutiny. We don't have too much time left, so I think the stream will kind of overrun a little bit, but it should be fine. I am okay with that. I want to finish up this saga. So, with all of that said, let's move on to the last song of the Thunder Saga, and then we can call it a night. So let's go. We know who's coming in. Another person with a wonderful voice. Boom. 36. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. 36 men, deep in hunger's plight, butchered the cows in the midst of their infight. Fleeing by boat, they then faced their plunder, pulled back into shore to the roars of thunder. Thunder. And I love the guitar here. Is this new? Yes! Pride is a damsel in distress. His voice, oh. I can undress her.
Trials she cannot to confess. In the end, it's all the same.
Once I have tried. Zeus, come on, you don't have to do it like that. Bring her. The one who makes a kingdom fall. Lightning, wield her, use and yield her. His voice is so well supported. And look at him being so cocky and arrogant. Where's the ship? Oh right, they're back on shore, right? King of Ithaca, it's far too great. Zeus also looks so good in this design though. Yeah, he's really just toying with them at this point. While your death is near, lightning wielder, you to yield for your act of crime. Choose. It's so good. His voice. And he's so big. Or your crew. Don't make me do this. Don't make me do this. Does a comet become a meteor? I can't take the suffering from you. So much is going through his head right now. And look at all of them. They know his choice. The crew already knows Odysseus' choice here.
Captain?
I have
To see her. But will die.
I know.
And the red name. Zeus just really feels himself, doesn't he? Bam. Bum, 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 ba-da-da-dun, dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Da-da-da-da-dun, dun, 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 dun. Ba-da-dun, dun, dun. I swear, that last piano part sounds so familiar, but I can never figure out where that is from. And I hate it. I hate finding something that sounds so familiar, but I just don't know where it's from. And this was an incredible animation also. Zeus is just so, dare I say, narcissistic? Is it correct to say narcissistic? Because all that I know of narcissism is just very me, right? It's all very self centered. Everything has to be about me. I am the best. Everything has to be about me and only me. I am the best. I'm the most important thing there is. Shower me with compliments, worship me, kind of thing. There is nothing possibly wrong with me because I am perfect. And the voice, Luke Holt, does such an incredible job portraying Zeus. His voice was made for Zeus, really. I know the fandom is more or less in agreement that the voice casting is fucking incredible. Zeus is probably the most accurate one out of everyone. Well, I guess there's a lot of discussion for Hermes' voice also. Oof, all of the voices are so good, but I really, really like Zeus's one, especially in this song, because it's so, again, like I mentioned just now, it is so well supported. Even though he is singing such a low note, right? You, like, even though this low register is very clear, very solid, very well controlled, it is very, very difficult, at least from my perspective, to be able to describe a voice as bellowing. I feel like that is a description to a voice that is rarely used because it is rarely ever achieved. But Luke Holt does this so well, and it just completely fits Zeus. The animation. Yep, you can see his eyes, all lightning and thunder.
Pride is a damsel.
His design is really good also. Just this very big macho man, or very, very self-centered, and then also this little lightning pin also. That is great. And this whole thing about the pride being a damsel in distress, it took me so long to understand that it is a metaphor. I have always wondered, why does Zeus just pop out and suddenly be so sensual out of nowhere? But it took me a while to notice that he's talking about generally the pride of humans. Because and he does it in a very Zeus way. Mentioning that pride is a damsel in distress, a woman specifically, because he is a serial cheater. It is very, very Zeus. But yeah, he's talking about how he can really just strip away pride so easily from humans. And yeah, that is just my general summary of this whole first verse. But yeah. And another thing about Zeus here is like he shows up and then he just completely starts rambling on about himself, how great he is, how he is able to strip pride away. It's all about him. He's not even addressing Odysseus and the crew at all. He's not even looking at them. He's not even thinking about them at this point.
A way where only I can confess. In the end, it's all the same.
Yeah, it's all the same once I apply all the pressure. And now, oh no, he's still very all about himself. But yeah, just look at that smug face. Oh, it is so good. And they are all obviously terrified because it is the Zeus, the king of the gods. But yeah, even the scarf here, everything about him is so lightning themed. You have the lightning pin, you had the way that his eyes flash through the clouds just now, you have all of this thunder around him, and then now even the way his scarf kind of floats around in the wind, it ends up in a lightning shape also. It is so good. I love his design. And then yeah, it confused me a bit, but now they are back on the shore. That's why they are no longer on the ship. And then over here, he's just kind of toying with them with his thunder. I never imagined that, really. In my imagination, I always thought that he was just kind of, he just kept looking down at them and talking down to them because he is the god of gods, the one who sits at the pinnacle of everything and everyone. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if he was just constantly talking down on them, and now even depicting that he's toying around with their lives essentially. That does not surprise me. Boom. I love how he appeared like that. Also, one thunder strike down and then boom. Here is Zeus. It's almost like how in Attack of Titan, how Bertolt appeared, right? At the, which wall was it? Rose? No, Rose is the most outer one, right? I forgot the name of the walls already. Shit. I know there's. Oh no. Rose is the second one. Maria. Wall Maria is the one on the outside, right? Whichever one it is, the one that after the time skip, they're all peacefully in the survey corp, and Aaron was on the top of the wall, all of them, peacefully just setting up the cannons, and then he says like how they're all ready to face the colossal titan whenever he shows up, right? And then suddenly, boom, he shows up immediately, unexpectedly. This scene just reminded me of that. But yeah, look at how big the size difference is. And then yeah, all of the crew, they are naturally very worried. Understandable, because again, Zeus is right in front of their face. And clearly because they fucked up. But yeah, the other thing that they are worried about is their own captain. Because I think it is at this point that they figure out what his choice will be between choosing himself and the lives of all of them. And it is interesting that Penelope is drawn yellow here, but I guess it is a different animator, so right now, up until this point, Penelope has been associated with purple this whole time, like a pinkish purple. So it was interesting to see her being drawn all yellow here, but it makes sense because Zeus is here, and Odysseus is kind of thinking about Penelope while Zeus is right in front of his face. And then yeah, disappears, and then he comes back into reality. And then yeah, remember what Tiresias says in No Longer You? The prophecy? We had Siren Song, we had Scylla Throat, we had Mutiny, and there's also the of course now there's Lightning Bolt, and then there's also, I believe, in the chorus where he mentions like oh god, what was the lyrics? I see a song of past romance. I see. Oh, I see portrayals of betrayal and a brother's final stand. So the portrayal of betrayal, which is the mutiny, and the brother's final stand. This is quite literally their final stand against Odysseus. And Odysseus can barely even face them. And there's a lightning ball just coming down. And then this whole part. I am a little bit sad that this whole part is just a black screen. But I kind of understand the intentions. Like, just let it all sink in, you know? But I do wish that we could have at least seen Odysseus walking away from them. At least, maybe. Because we don't know how we got from here to Calypso's island in the next saga. And I would have really liked to see people's interpretation of that. But that was the animation. And now we can go to the music part. I think I can snooze the ads. I can probably finish this in 20 minutes. So let me go ahead and snooze it. And give me a moment. We need to finish this before the ads interrupt. Okay, let's go ahead and listen to the music again. Thunder. And I like the backing vocals here. Huh! Huh! It's very... I don't have my vocabulary is not good enough for this. It's just, it's so fitting. Like, huh! Very manly, I guess, would be the word that I use to describe over here. And this synth bass. And the electric guitar. It is Interesting. That how he used the electric guitar for Zeus this time. I doubt this is for Odysseus. I highly doubt this is for Odysseus. And then yeah, just the general use of the sounds of the thunder to accompany the percussions, right? That is such a good touch to the sound design. You really get the sense of how much presence Zeus really has, and just how he's able to just command the atmosphere around him.
Pride is a damsel
In distress, hiding away where only I can undress her.
trials she cannot to confess.
In the end, again, his voice,
Same once I apply all
the pressure. That little break and how he pronounces pressure. Like just that soft little touch. But it's so full of arrogance.
bring her through the ringer. Show her I'm the judgment call, the one who makes her kingdom fall. Lightning wield her, use and
Oh,
gild her. Show her
I just noticed new instruments following his melody. What are those?
the one who makes her kingdom fall. Lightning wield
High strings.
use and gild her. Show her what she can't conceal, for true nature. Tell me, Odysseus, if I were to make you
Yeah, to me it sounds like this lower synth bass thing is his instrument. That's what it sounds like to me. Whoop.
the lives of your men and crew or your own, why do I think they lose? Enlighten me.
And again,
King of
piano.
Since hunger was far too great, I wonder who'd take the weight of the damned and
Suffer a gruesome fate.
thunder bringer.
And yeah, I wanted to point this out also. This part in the lyrics.
If I were to make you choose,
The lives of your men and crew or your own, why do I think they'd lose? And the smug smile. Zeus already knows the choice that Odysseus will make. He just wants to make sure that Odysseus says it out loud in front of all of them, which is so cruel.
enlighten me, King of Ithaca, since hunger was far too great. I wonder who'd
Take the weight of the damned, suffer a gruesome fate.
thunder bringer here to bring your
It is so good.
fear and
Spear you while your death is near. Spear you while your death is near. Is that one of the main weapons back in like ancient Greece and all of that? I'm not too sure. But this whole imagery of, all of them covering their ears because the thunder is so damn loud. And then before they even know it, they get speared through the chest with a lightning bolt. It's so good.
lightning wielder.
And yeah, the high strings coming back here.
Time for you have passed your prime. Sublime
I'm you for your act of crime.
choose.
The rising strings. So nice. Your crew. Please don't make me do this. Don't make me do this. That is a line from the horse and the infant. Once again, it is the same thing that Odysseus says and begs to Zeus, but the context this time is quite different. Like what Odysseus means by "don't make me do this," what he means by this is very, very different. Like I mentioned just now, the first time he says this is because he really doesn't want to kill SDNX, and because he's thinking about his own son, how much SDNX reminds him of his son, and it's just this monstrous act of killing what everybody can only see is an innocent baby. But this time he's begging Zeus to not make him choose out loud. I think there is a part of Odysseus where, even though everybody here clearly knows what he is going to choose, Odysseus wants to find some sort of solace in not having to admit that out loud. He almost wants the crew to die without knowing, in a sense, so that he can find some sense of sanity, some semblance of sanity in that fact. But Zeus is not allowing it, which again, it is so cruel of Zeus, and he is very fucked up for putting Odysseus through all of this. Why does Zeus have to be so cool though? And the callback to Just a Man. This will not become a place. And then suffering comes back. He thinks about Penelope again. It will become a tidal wave. When does a reason become the blame? When does a man become a monster? These string swells with the sound of the thunder and the rain, just making all of us take in the situation,
Captain?
and bathe in this tension.
I have to see her.
But we'll die.
And again, Odysseus' voice,
I know.
it's you can hear the strain and the pain in his voice from having to say that out loud. The kingdom fall. I'm just enjoying the music here. Boom. And again, this piano, I need to find out where this is from. So please, anybody watching this, if you know it, please tell me where this is from. Yeah, if any of you knows where that piano is from, please tell me. I need to know. I need to know. But yeah, it is a little bit late now. But I did really enjoy that. So I hope that all of you did as well. I need to it's gonna be a bit of a rushed ending. But yeah, I'm glad we managed to finish the Thunder Saga this time. Even though there were 5 whole songs, so but I think sometime in the future, at least in one of the sagas, there will have to be some of them. I predict especially the Ithaca saga, because I love it so much, that it might have to be 2 streams on its own. But yeah, for now I'm just really glad that we managed to get through Thunder Saga all in one stream. And so yeah, I hope that all of you enjoyed that a lot, and I do have to take my leave now. So hope all of you have a great day, afternoon, or evening, wherever you guys are. Stay safe, stay comfy, and I will see you guys again next Tuesday with more epic. Yeah! Although the next two sagas I'm not too big of a fan of. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll grow a new appreciation for those sagas, but yeah, from here on it goes slightly downhill for me. But anyway, we'll get to that next week. For now, I will head off to bed. So, good night. Wee.